What's up, everybody? Welcome to the June 18th episode of What the Hell Are You Talking About? I'm LJ. That's Lemar. What the hell are we talking about this week, Lamar?
We're gonna dabble into Julio Jones and Atlanta, kind of in a bad place. We're gonna talk about Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen not really panning out so far, but it's still early. But I guess we could start with the Kawhi Leonard thing. Might as well. That's kind of the biggest story this week. He wants to go to the Lakers, and he wants out of San Antonio. He said he didn't like the way they handled his situation. So, we talked about this many times, and we already know where we stand on it. So I guess we can just go ahead and talk about where do you think he's going to end up?
I'm thinking he's going to end up with the Clippers. Every time somebody wants to go to LA, they say, "Oh, we want to go to LA." Okay, how about the Clippers?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's because the Clippers can offer San Antonio more than the Lakers can. And in terms of draft picks, they have the 11th and the 12th pick in the NBA draft. You think Greg Popovich wouldn't jump all over that and draft? And his two players would be like Hall of Famers, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he definitely can turn players into whatever he wants them to be. Like Kawhi Leonard is a prime example. Um, Now, as far as being able to offer more, I think the Lakers already have some good young players that because I know Popovich wanted Kyle Kuzma also. He wanted him like the Lakers did in the draft. So I'm sure that he would probably be involved in a trade like that. I don't think they want Lonzo Ball because I don't think they want that circus with his father. But I don't think the Lakers should trade him unless they're going to get a veteran point guard like Chris Paul or something like that. Anyway.
I don't know. I think that when you got a big personality like Greg Popovich, I don't think that what's his father's name, LeVar
LeVar.
Ball. I don't think LeVar Ball is going to be able to contend with a Greg Popovich.
I
Like
think he's going to try.
it's going to be Greg Popovich and Lonzo Ball, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he can learn a lot from Greg Popovich.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I think that would be a perfect situation for Lonzo. Actually, not a perfect situation, but it would be a great situation. A perfect situation for Lonzo Ball would be for him to take Chris Paul's place in Houston.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
better for him.
Mike
But
D'Antoni definitely make him look like a superstar.
yeah, he make him look like a superstar, but he won't be able to hold back his father. So
No, no. Well. I mean, I look at it like this. Maybe you're right about that, but I think D'Antoni brushes a lot of things off anyway. D'Antoni doesn't really sweat a lot of stuff, so I don't think he would care that much what
he wouldn't
LeVar's
care,
saying.
but he wouldn't shut him up. That's the
No,
thing.
I mean, I don't even think Greg Popovich can shut him up, to be honest. And the only way I would shut him up is if they're just winning and they're just great and then they're winning championships. That's the only way you shut LeVar up anyway, probably. But and even that, who knows? He's still gonna probably have something to say. But whatever. Like, to be honest, I don't think we should even be talking about LeVar, but we are because it's an issue. But I
He's
think
definitely an issue. He's one of the reasons why a lot of people are saying, "Oh, what if they trade him to the Knicks?" I was like, "Do you think that would be the worst situation
yeah,
for LeVar Ball? Even though I would love to have Lonzo Ball
yeah,
for playing for him,
but
that would
his
be
father would
that'd
just
be
be too much
great.
for New York.
But him with this owner, that would just be a circus. It would be a biggest circus with him, the owner, and Spike Lee. They were already doing that when they were at the Garden before.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely could be a problem. But back to Kawhi. I don't know how we got that far off. But back to Kawhi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like the Clipper thing because they said the Clippers are interested. I do think the Lakers have more to give, but I think Popovich don't want to trade with the Lakers. Popovich doesn't even want to trade him to a Western Conference team, but he's not gonna have much of a choice unless he's just willing to lose them for nothing, or he's gonna try to stick it out and hope that he changes his mind throughout the year. I think that's too risky. But yeah, I mean he's got him in a place where you kind of got to give him to one of those LA teams because he said because from what I'm hearing, yeah, I think the Clippers are an option. But and according to his uncle, by the way, his uncle who lives in South Orange, did you know that? his, yeah, his uncle lives in South Orange. His uncle actually wants Kawhi to come to the Knicks. but I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I would like me like we already know where we stand on this. I would like to see him there. You don't
Go
want him
ahead.
there, but but yeah, as far as like a possible trade for him, let's just play. Let's just say the Knicks are interested. The Knicks want him. Let's just look at it from their point of view. Who would you? What kind of deal would you put together for Kawhi Leonard?
Well, before you went on that, before you talked about the Knicks, I had a point to make from the other thing about Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
He does have the Spurs in a barrel over the straight. Like he wants to go to LA and that's it.
Right.
But I think there are two teams that are willing to mortgage it just to try to take him in for one season and try to sell him on the organization. I think that me and you can both name those two teams.
Well, I definitely know one. I know Boston's one.
There you go. I know you know the other. Just think about it. It's an Eastern Conference team.
I don't know. Honestly. Oh, Cleveland,
Miami.
Okay, right, yeah. That's right. I didn't even think about Miami, but yeah, and I think that would be a good gamble for Miami. Like, but it would definitely.
I think it'd be a good gamble for both of those teams.
Right. It'd be a good gamble for both. Boston will have a better shot because they're such a really good team. Miami has a good shot because it's a good location to play, and they already have good organization. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's definitely two good places. I never thought about Miami. Miami, I just don't know if they have anything to trade. But being that, so now see, I don't know. I mean, Popovich would probably rather him go to Boston than any of the Western Conference teams, but. Yeah, if you can get him to Miami, that's another team that's not going to necessarily be a contender. Because I'm sure he probably doesn't want to give him to Boston either. You know what I mean? Because they're already so good. So and he's looking.
He goes to Boston, they're winning.
Right, and he's looking at. But see the problem is Boston and LA have the most to give. Like you can get some good players out of both of them, especially especially LA. Boston. There's no guarantee that those players, unless you're getting like Jason Tatum, which I doubt that they'll get, but he's worthy of a Kawhi Leonard trade.
To be honest with you, for Kawhi Leonard, you're gonna get Jason Tatum, but you're probably gonna get Jaylen Brown too.
Yeah, that's it from Boston. I don't bother with it. I just you can keep Kawhi Leonard if that's the case. If I can't like Tatum.
To be honest with you, seriously, we're talking about Jason Tatum, who is a rookie.
Yeah, but he's that damn good.
he's real. I'm not gonna doubt that he's good, but if you got Kawhi who's focused and who wants to play for the team, but that's another thing. You don't know what he's gonna do when he gets there. Maybe he says I don't want to be here,
right?
And he doesn't want to play. All of a sudden his injury starts coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like my knee. You know what I'm saying? Like he can do that. He can pull that on you. And
right.
That's just going to do nothing but mess up his money. But
let's just say Kawhi wants to stay there for what he wants to re-up with them. Would you rather make the trade for Kawhi than to?
Of course I would. If I was Boston, and if I get a guarantee that this guy's going to play this season and he's not, and like you're this close from winning a championship, and he could put you over the top, even for one season, you do it.
Yeah, I just don't think.
Even though you're not guaranteed a championship, which I know.
I think Tatum's untradeable. I really do. Like, I don't think I'd trade him for anybody right now. Like, I would have to. I mean, if it's LeBron, then you'd probably do it. But even that, I'd have to think about it because Tatum. I mean, with the team that they just had, that was this close to going to the championship. And then you get your two stars coming back next year. I don't think I would just keep Tatum. Like, and this is somebody who really wants Kawhi on the Knicks, and it's somebody who I think Kawhi is one of the top 5-6 players in this league. I think if you already have a young guy like Tatum, that's really good, and it would be hard for me to trade him. Now, if the whole league was out with all free agents, I'm picking Kawhi over Tatum. But if I already have Tatum, I think I would just keep Tatum and just keep working with him if I'm Boston. But
that's the thing. what's Tatum's ceiling um, as compared to this guy, Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi.
What's their ceiling? I'm not disagreeing with you,
Right.
but I'm just saying like what's their comparative ceiling? You know what I'm saying? Like Jason Tatum is a good offensive player. I'm not sure how much of a defensive
He's a good
player
defensive
he is.
player too. As a rookie, he was a
He,
good defensive player too.
yeah, yeah, but when you get someone who's already established and you already have, someone who's already established in Kyrie, and you still have um, Gordon Hayward, you can possibly win a chiplet right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
I mean, but I think they.
if,
But
okay.
I
If
already think
everything
Boston's gonna
didn't
win it this
involve
year.
Jason Tatum, you would still you would make the trade, no doubt, right?
Say it again.
If the trade didn't involve Jason Tatum, if you
Oh,
took
then yeah,
like
I don't care. You can take anybody else off Boston. I don't care who else you take. You can take Kyrie. You can take Hayward. You can take Rozier, Jalen Brown. You can take any combination of those two or three of those players. But I'm thinking. But I'm keeping Jason Tatum. I'm keeping him. I think he's worth. I think he's worth building with. You keep him. He could be your cornerstone, and I think he could be as good or even better than Kawhi Leonard. And that's saying a lot. Like I think he's got a shot at that. It's way early, but he was really good. He was really good as a rookie this year. Like, and especially in the playoffs, he averaged like 25 points a game in the playoffs. Like he was really good. So it's hard, and he's a rookie. So it's hard for me to pass up on somebody who was that good, and especially for a guy. And see, and now it's funny because we're doing opposite of what we originally thought about. Because me, I'll take Kawhi Leonard almost in any situation. But there are questions, and if I already have Tatum, if I'm say the Knicks and I don't have somebody that good like that. I mean, we have Porzingis. Porzingis is not tradable, but then I think you take a chance on Kawhi Leonard. If you're Boston and you have good young talent that was just in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 7 against Cleveland, I think you have to think twice about doing that because you already have a good team that was full of first and second year players that almost went to the finals. And who knows if Kyrie and Brendan Hayward's there? I mean, Gordon Hayward's there. They probably. I would say that they beat Cleveland if those two guys are healthy.
I think if they have Brendan Hayward there, they beat Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I call him that a lot. And as far
Yeah,
as oh, go ahead.
yeah, but like I'm kind of agreeing with you on that, but it's like all right when we talked about who you would take, Kawhi Leonard or the Greek Freak, Giannis. You said Kyrie. You said Kawhi. I was like, there's no chance in hell I'm taking Kawhi Leonard over the Greek Freak. The dude averaged like almost 30 and 10. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like on a team with talent. You know what I'm saying? That it's not like Milwaukee doesn't have any talent. They have talent on that team.
they don't have a
And
lot of talent. They have some decent pieces.
Malcolm Brogdon is a
See, I don't know
like.
much about him, so I can't say anything about him. I don't know. I really
Well,
don't
he
know
was
much
rookie.
about him.
He was rookie of the year as a point guard, but he's already growing. Like he's like 6'5", 215, so he's about to be a damn shooting guard. And they still have
Eric
uh,
Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe, who I'm not really big on. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I'm not really. I don't think they should have ever traded for him, to be honest with you. They still got Chris Middleton,
Mhm.
who's pretty decent, and Jabari Parker, who the Knicks need to stay away from because he has
Yeah,
two bad knees.
yeah. Forget about
Stay away from that guy. Stay as far away from him as possible. But if he can stay healthy anywhere, then he's serviceable.
him. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, and I respect the picking Giannis over Kawhi. I respect it. I just saw too much about, but I think Kawhi's a better because Kawhi's a better outside shooter, and where this league is at now, you know what I mean. And Giannis is great. Giannis is fine. Giannis is gonna be, Giannis is great. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I just kind of lean towards somebody who can shoot better from the outside at this point in most cases, and like 90% of the cases, I would pick Kawhi because he's a better shooter. They're both great defensive players, but. Kawhi gets the edge because he can shoot, and
he doesn't have that. He has a good he has a good mid-range jumper,
It's good. He
which
has a good
is
3 point shot too. I mean, he's not he's not Steph Curry. He's a really good 3 point shooter though. You know what I mean? He can do it all. I mean, like the only thing he doesn't do much is pass much. He doesn't really average a lot of assists. He doesn't really pass a lot.
that's
But that's their
San
offense.
Antonio, yeah, San Antonio offense. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna hold. If you're looking to get stats in San Antonio, you've been to the
Yeah.
wrong goddamn place.
Right. They're basically the Patriots. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like
but they're gonna move the ball around. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like no one's gonna score. Like no one's gonna do that 20 points a game anymore. You know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan is the best power forward of all time, the second best center of all time. he like in his prime, he started averaging 17, 18, 19 points a game.
Right, because they just moved the
He
ball
just
around.
bought into the system.
Right, they changed the system up. They started going with a faster, up tempo, perimeter type shooting system, and he just he just rolled with that, and they were still
And
good.
he didn't say a goddamn thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When has he ever said anything? When has he ever
right,
complained? When has he ever done anything?
right.
Ever?
I was cracking up about that meme that you actually took kind of serious because you responded to it. When it was like Tim Duncan or Kawhi Leonard leaving, he just had a straight face. Did you remember his comment on that on Facebook? It
I
was one
think
of those
so.
sports debates. It was like Tim Duncan. I think it said he was furious about it, and you can see it on his face, or something like that. And he just had the regular face that he always has. And then you said something like, why does Duncan care or whatever?" But yeah, it was just
Was
basically,
that you?
huh? I
Was
didn't
that you?
post it. I just saw it. I saw it, and I saw that you commented.
Oh yeah, yeah. I said, why would Duncan even care? He's retired.
Yeah, well, yeah. The joke was about him having a straight face, even though it said
Yeah.
he was furious. Oh, what do you know about Kyrie opting out? Like, I didn't hear anything about that, but you said that he's supposed to be opting out, might be opting out.
Well, yeah, he's gonna be opting out. I heard he's gonna be opting out after this season or whenever he's a free. Not this season, probably next
Well,
season.
next season, right? Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
think he's gonna opt out no matter what, just because financially it makes more sense. But do you think he's gonna leave though?
I think he's gonna leave. I think that he's one of those guys who wants to play for New York, and that's just the perception I get about him.
Right.
And
Well,
I don't.
Brooklyn got
I,
money for you.
yeah, like if he wants to play for Brooklyn, there's a snitch out there in Brooklyn who's a point guard who doesn't mind being traded again. So go play for Brooklyn.
Yeah, they got like the what the second and third pick in the same draft. Brooklyn.
No, they traded that pick. They traded that pick to Boston.
No. I'm talking about the players. I'm talking about Russell and Okafor.
Oh yeah,
Of that draft,
yeah.
they got like this, and they're both pretty big disappointments, especially Okafor.
Yeah, I want to talk really quickly. I know you don't really follow the NBA draft, like until the guys get actually
Right.
drafted and play for their team. Then you know, then you're like, okay, that's the type of player this guy is. You don't pinch this to anybody till they get to the league.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, I'll talk really quickly about the draft while you take your swig of alcohol if you have there. The number one pick, Phoenix is going to pick DeAndre Ayton. He's from Arizona, 7 footer. They already have a 7 footer in that. I don't
Yeah, I
know
forgot
what
his
that
name.
that Caucasian individual's name out there in Phoenix is, but he's a 7 footer. He plays that center position. They have two Caucasians playing that position, so putting a black guy in there is racist. But all right, number two, you got Sacramento Kings. They got Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is small forward slash shooting guard. He's 6'8", about 220. Dude can play. He can straight out shoot. He can go to the basket. He's athletic. I actually watched him in the Turkish Euro leagues. I watched him play. He's playing with Kuzmiskis out there. Him and
Wow.
Kuzmiskis are balling out there in
Really?
in the Euro leagues, right?
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I heard about
I've
him.
heard
I heard about Doncic. Wasn't it? How you say it?
Luka
Doncic.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I heard that he's crushing it out there.
Yeah, he's only 18 years old. But the rumor I heard is that if Sacramento picks him at number 2, like they're projected to, he will not play for the NBA. He will not play in the NBA. He will stay his ass right over there in Uzbekistan, wherever the fuck he came from, and he's going to play for another year. So, Sacramento had better not draft him,
or just draft him and trade him. Do some old Eli Manning. I don't know.
Hey, I remember. Hold up. We remember a few years ago when that guy from Houston got drafted to Houston, and he was so afraid of flying that he never even signed with the team.
No, I believe he signed. He just never played. Like, did he sign? I don't remember. Maybe you're right. But I know. No, he signed because he was there during the season, and then they just parted ways with him or something like that.
Yeah, he said he was so afraid of flying that was.
He had anxiety. He had a lot of anxiety issues.
Like I would go to like I would go to a psychotherapist. I would go to everything. Like I would want to be okay. I'm like, all right, put me out. Give me whatever you need to put so I can go out while I'm on this plane.
Right.
But I'm going to get in the plane. That's
right
just,
for that money. Yeah, I'll figure it out. But some people just got things that they just can't overcome. So it must have been that bad because they knew about it before they drafted him. They thought they could try to help him out, work with him, but I guess it was just that bad. So they
all right, and keeping with the draft, I'm not going to go through every pick. I'm just going to go through the top 10.
Do you? It's our show. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. is number 3 pick from Atlanta. He played for Michigan State. He's a center. He's pretty decent as a center. He can move. He's not like these the old school centers who are bulky and big and 250. He's like 7 foot 230 something. He can move. He can shoot. So that's why he's going number 3 overall. And he's a pretty good pick. The funny thing about him, I'm going to bring in Nixon again about this. They featured him on their Twitter at maybe like a week or two ago, saying, "Oh, he's one of the prospects." I'm like, "Why are you featuring him? You don't have the 3rd pick. You don't have a top 5 pick." But which brings me to the next pick, and that is the Memphis Grizzlies have Mohamed Bamba. And he's from Texas, center. He's been working out with Kevin Garnett all summer. He's pretty good. He's a defensive beast. Okay. Like, that's what he's going to be. Okay. He wants to play for New York because he's from here. If there was any way for us to get him, I would love to have him. And Memphis, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but I think we might have talked. I think we might have talked about it on the phone. I don't think we talked about it in the podcast. Memphis is looking to trade that pick and Chandler Parsons. They want to get rid of Chandler Parsons' contract so bad that they'll give up the number 4 pick. because Chandler Parsons' career is over. I think his knees are shot. Yeah. I think he'll be on ESPN next year at this time. So
probably.
So to be honest with you, I'll eat that contract. In order to get that, go ahead.
I said for the number 4 pick, I think I would too. That's all I said.
Yeah, for the number 4 pick, that's what I would do. I'm trying to remember what you told me.
But who would we give up though? We still got to give them something.
We give a number 7 pick and someone else, whoever else you want, but not you know who. Right. Yeah. So like, this
you got Moutier in number 8. You got Moutier on.
Actually,
Moutier in number
to be
8
honest with you, take the number 7 pick and be done with it. If you're willing to give up, if you really want to get rid of this contract, then take the number 7 pick. You still got top 10 pick.
Is it number 8 pick? Is it 7 or 8?
8. I'm sorry, 8.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Take the 8 pick. I mean, it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? If you don't really care about the guy you're going to draft.
Right, because
by all means.
Yeah, and to be honest, they need so much stuff. I would eat that Chandler Parsons contract and to get another good player at number 4. I can see if they were like in our position, number 7, 8, 9, like your number 4 pick. You should be trying to get the best player available and building.
I have no idea why they just don't eat the contract. What's the big deal? Who are they getting? Who's going to come to Memphis ever?
I really don't get that. That doesn't make sense.
But hey, if that's what they want to do, they want to get rid of those contracts, and that's fine by me. I'll take it in order to get the number 4 pick. I'll give them number 8, and let's go to number 5 pick. That's Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley the third. I don't know anything about Marvin Bagley the third. Nothing. All right,
I've
and
heard a little
he's
bit
going
about
to
him. I thought he was
Dallas.
gonna go higher than that. I hear his name so much. I thought he was gonna be like a top three. But like I said, like you said, I don't follow it like that. So.
Yeah. He's from Duke. He's one of those forward centers guys, 6'11". You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
okay.
he was ACC Player of the Year. He's a pretty good at finishing at the basket. Not good shooter, pretty good rebounder. Uh, Pretty good rim protection. That's pretty much it. They physically compare him to Marquise Chris and Dwight Powell, which is not good company.
I don't know who they are.
They're playing in the league right now.
I've never heard of either one of those players.
Marquise Chris is playing for Phoenix. Powell, I might be playing for Boston somewhere. He might be at somebody's bench somewhere.
Yeah, I've never heard of those names ever in my life.
Okay, now number 6, we were having a discussion about this guy earlier, Michael Porter Jr.
Right.
He had a bad back injury, um, which cost him like almost the entire season. Where he had to have surgery, which is why he fell so sharply to number 6 to Orlando. But I don't know why they have Orlando picking him at this point because they have a small forward. They got the other light skinned dude out there. What's his name? Aaron Gordon.
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot about him. Right.
Yeah, they won some dunk contests or some shit. But yeah,
Probably.
like yeah, it was light skinned dudes. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying they'll look alike after a little while. But yeah, like he's pretty good. He's pretty good at everything. Like he can create his own shot.
Yeah, I saw his highlights. I was like, "Damn, he does look good." And he said his injury got exaggerated a lot. like how's it get exaggerated when you didn't play most of like I don't know what are you talking
Yeah. You
about?
didn't play at all. So how would that doesn't make any sense. You had surgery. Your injury wasn't exaggerated. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you
exactly.
didn't play
Right.
because you were hurt.
If you could have played,
There's
you would've
nothing
played.
wrong with
It's that
being
simple.
hurt.
Right. I mean, I ain't gonna say there's nothing wrong with it, but I know what you're trying to say.
There's nothing wrong with being hurt. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, we got number 7. Chicago got Wendell Carter Jr. He's 19 years old. How many centers does Duke have? Duke has 3 centers going in the top
he's on Duke too?
top 7. 2 or 3 centers, I think.
How are they all that like? How are they all displayed enough to be in the top 10 of the draft?
I don't know. Maybe they had a really good front court this season. I didn't watch Duke. I'm not a Duke player, but this guy is a really good defensive player, rim protector, rebounder. They had him going to Knicks in a few of those drafts, like maybe a couple weeks ago, but now he's kind of going. He's kind of rising in the draft. I don't know why, but hey, that's the NBA draft for you, you know. All right, we're going to go to Shai Gilgeous Alexander. Okay, a hyphenated name. All right. I'm not going to say anything about that because my brother-in-law has a hyphenated name, so let's leave that alone. Okay, we have Kentucky. He's from Kentucky. All right. He's a really good passer. Point guard.
Okay.
Really good passer. He's 6'6". So I like that, and I like tall point guards. As far as the Knicks go, we have a point guard who all Knicks fans fucking hate, except for me. I like Frank, but if we have a better point guard, fuck Frank. You know, I'll send him away.
Exactly. I'll trade him in a heartbeat to upgrade. I'll upgrade at every position at this point.
Yeah, but when you look at his comparisons, they compare him to Frank Ntilikina. So,
are you shitting me?
I'm not shitting. I shit you not.
Let's try Frank again then.
We're gonna trade Frank for Frank.
All right. What else?
Okay, and he's going number 9 to Cleveland. I have no idea why Cleveland will pass him up, will pass up the guy who's going number 9 to the New York Knicks, Trae Young. That's not gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, they're not
okay,
gonna pass up
that's
Trae Young.
not gonna fucking happen.
No way
This
they're
is
gonna pass up
this is
Trae
an
Young.
ESPN. This is an ESPN mock draft, and I don't believe it for a fucking minute that Trae Young is gonna last that long in the draft.
Yeah.
All right, you heard about him all season long. This guy is fucking money.
And everybody's trying to find the new Steph Curry already. So he's not gonna go that. He's definitely not gonna go that low. He's gonna be taken before then.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, but his shot he creates on. That's why he's Steph Curry, because he plays just like him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he creates on shots. He can pass and he can shoot. He can't shoot like Steph Curry,
no.
But he can pass better than Steph Curry.
And it's funny because I can't remember who else. I think it was Doug Gottlieb. He was like, it's funny. He was like, this guy wasn't like this. Like before Steph Curry, nobody would have thought about drafting him this high. Everybody would have been looking at him like like a JJ Redick or whatever. Like after the JJ Redick and after what's the other guy from BYU? I can't think of his name.
I know what you're talking about. I always want to play for the Knicks.
Yeah, him. Fredette.
I know you're talking about
Jimmer
that
Fredette.
guy. Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, like he was like everybody would just been looking at him like a Jimmer Fredette or something. Like nobody would be thinking about drafting him that, but because of Steph Curry, like now all of a sudden, and I do have concerns about. I mean, I'm willing to take a chance on him. Like, what do we got to lose? But I do worry that he might be a bust. But I'm willing to take a chance on him.
Well, that's everybody in the draft, you know.
Right. I won't be mad at all if we draft him and he ends up being the bust. I won't be disappointed at all. I think he's worth the risk.
Yeah, it's not like the Knicks haven't drafted bust before.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Pretty
Jordan
much.
Hill. Can I hear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like I would definitely take it. If he fell to us, that's a godsend. You know what I'm saying? Like I think at that point, that would be me celebrating, just like I got celebrated a few months ago when we drafted when the Giants drafted Saquon Barkley. I would celebrate that. That would be something great for us.
Right.
I think so.
Right.
Because I believe that he's going to be a good player. But to your point earlier, when you're talking about Jimmer Fredette and JJ Redick, they got drafted at a point where the league is where it is now.
Right.
You know, like now you see JJ Redick is actually thriving in this league. This dude's averaging almost 20 points a game now in his career.
Maybe
like
not
at 35.
I don't know about now, but but he averaged 20 points a game. JJ Redick.
Almost 20 points. I'm not saying he averaged 20 points a game, but he averaged almost. I can look up his stats, but
yeah, I mean,
it took him a while.
We all know he's a solid pro. He's a solid guard.
He's a solid shooter, and he's always been a solid shooter.
Right.
He averaged 17 points a game.
Right, he's a starter in this league. So yeah, I mean, now who's the other guy? Morrison, who didn't pan out.
Morrison didn't. Well, to be honest with you, JJ Redick just had more in him. But Morrison didn't seem like he cared when he got to the league.
Right.
You know,
he
seemed like he was just. Plus, he seemed like he just didn't like. I'm here already. Oh, who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was a bust. For 10, we got Philly. They got Mikal Bridges. Every single mock draft I see, they got Mikal Bridges, who, by the way, played for Villanova, going to Philly because I guess that's a story that they want to build because he played in Philly. Now he's going to play for Philly. And he played 4 years at Villanova. Now he's going to be a pro out there. I'm not sure because if Trae Young is gone by the time we're going to draft him, the Knicks are going to draft him because we need a wing,
right?
Badly. And he played for 4 years. He has 2 national championships. The dude knows what he's doing. They compare him to Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
So, I think that if you're comparing this guy to Kawhi Leonard, then
he should be going higher.
Yeah, he should be a little bit higher, but Kawhi Leonard went like.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard didn't get drafted very high either, right?
Yeah, remember San Antonio always had.
And they traded for him. He was actually drafted by I think Philly. I mean, Indiana, I believe, and they traded.
That's right.
And they traded for him, so and made him what he is.
All right, so that's the top 10. You got like Colin Sexton going to 11 of Alabama. I'm not. How many point guards does
Yeah.
does Charlotte want? How many?
Right.
Are they planning on trading
Kemba Walker. Yeah,
Kemba Walker?
I think so.
I do not want Kemba Walker.
No,
I'm
definitely don't.
tired of everyone saying, "Oh, he should come back to New York."
No,
Why?
no,
For
thank
what?
you. I don't. We don't need him either. He's good player. He's a nice player, but no, we don't want. I don't want. What was I gonna say? I forget.
Oh, but okay. Well, before I finish my draft analysis, next year's draft is going to feature a next year's draft is going to feature like I forgot the guy's name, but they're comparing this kid to LeBron James already.
Really?
They already have him being number one overall next season.
Is his name
Uh,
Darius Miles?
Nah.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Darius Miles. I don't know. I remember they compared him to Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, he was bad athletic, but he couldn't shoot. He couldn't do anything. He could dunk. That's about it. um. Well, you done with your analysis?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go ahead. I was looking for that kid in high school who went to Duke, who was going to be the number one pick overall, but I can't remember his name, so I'm looking for him. So you can go ahead and speak.
All right. Well, one thing we kind of forgot to talk about while we were talking about free agents and stuff and the trades. Golden State talking about trading Klay Thompson and Draymond Green for Anthony Davis. I don't know. I don't know if that's the worst thing to do. I don't think that's bad.
If I'm Golden State, yeah, you goddamn right I'm doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I think,
If,
especially since you might lose Clay anyway. Like, I think that's the good. Because there's a fatigue that it's hard to be a dynasty. They say because of the fatigue of winning and how you kind of get bored throughout the season, and then you gotta get these times to where you get a shot in the arm. This would be a shot in the arm because they need somebody who's hungry that's that good to keep this dynasty going. If I'm going to stay, I do it in a heartbeat. Like I just you know what? Let them both go. You still got plenty of shooting with Steph and Durant. Not to mention Anthony Davis can shoot. On top of being a beast on defense like Draymond is, he's a beast on defense. So they're not losing. They're not really losing anything. You're just getting another hungry superstar who wants to win.
but the thing about it is, for the Pelicans, what's their motivation? They're
There's no
losing they're losing their franchise player.
right. There's no reason.
You know
For
what I'm
them.
saying? You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for them to do that. Even if they're getting two great players in Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, but and they're not winning with Klay Thompson, and they're not winning with Anthony Davis
Right.
as of right now.
Right.
But he's a centerpiece of your team. You know what I'm saying? Like you build franchises around guys like him.
Right. Those
You know
two
what I'm
guys
saying?
are not number one guys. So yeah, you keep your
Yeah, you keep
he's
your
the
number one
talent.
guy
He's
and
the
you
number
try
one
to build
talent.
around him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, unless you know you're going to lose him.
Right.
But if he's
right.
happy where
That's
he
what I
is,
was gonna say. If they think they're gonna lose him, then that might be different. But who's to say you want to lose Klay Thompson in a year? You know what I mean? So then,
if Klay Thompson can just not re-sign with the team, you can have Draymond Green in here looking like a bully, not doing shit. You
I
know what I'm
know.
saying? Then you got Draymond Green and you got DeMarcus Cousins on the same team.
Well-
They playing bully ball.
Well, I don't know because DeMarcus Cousins is a free agent. I don't know if they're gonna re-sign him or not. Like they.
If they get Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, I think they'll re-sign DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh well, yeah. If they do that, yeah, you're right. Like, because at that point they would have no choice really because they DeMarcus all of a sudden DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, and by the way, that's a decent team, but
It is.
when you take Anthony Davis out of it, like you don't want to do that. Just stick with that. But but for Golden State, I wouldn't even think twice. As soon as New Orleans even say yeah, you be like, all right, bye. You hang up the phone like bye. They'll be like, wait, no, click. Yeah, because then all of a sudden you got another player that's hungry to win a championship who's really good. Because it's one thing to have role players that are hungry. Who cares about role players? When you got a star player that you know is putting it all out there, all of a sudden that'll help make everybody else want to play. I mean, and I don't think that's And by the way, I think even without any trades, they'll probably win it again next year anyway, or at least come close. I think I'm actually picking Boston to win it next year, but yeah, man. I, me personally, I just don't want to see Golden State get any better than they already are.
I'm kind of tired of them, and you know, this entire team, they're a little bit arrogant, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
you know
like
what I'm
it.
saying? Like, especially like Steph, he's first he was humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, humble kid playing ball. You know what I'm saying? He could shoot his ass off, win a championship. Okay. But now he has three. He's a little bit full of himself.
Yeah, and he kind of gets a pass by everybody. Like nobody really criticizes him for it. He just I mean, and look, he's not over the top with it, but it's just enough to annoy the shit out of me. I know that. Like I'm like, all right, and yeah, like when he did the thing again, when he did the thing with LeBron blocked his shot at the end of the game of game one in overtime when they already just squandered the J.R. Smith debacle and all of that happened, and then Curry getting like Curry going to try to joke with LeBron, like come on now, you're like yeah, you're in a good mood because y'all about to win the game, but like you going to joke with a guy at that moment of the game, like so like I kind of wish LeBron would just punched him in the face. Just like
That's the thing about LeBron. Like he's so scrutinized everything he does. You know what I'm saying? Um, Curry never gets scrutinized for anything
right.
ever.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen anybody take him to task for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe the stuff that he does isn't really blatant.
right.
It's on the court, and it's people seem to think it's still cute,
Yeah.
but you know, it's it's pretty much it's pretty much like juvenile.
Yeah,
Um,
he's like that lovable character that everybody wanna wrap their arms around, but like not me. I'm gonna punch him in the face.
oh
I'm
shit!
gonna be Barkley. I just want somebody to punch him in the face. But
oh,
go ahead.
by the way, the guy I was mentioning before for the 2019 draft, his name is Zion Williamson. He's 6'6", 270. All right, and
Two
he can jump
seventy.
270.
Damn.
Okay, and he just signed on to Duke as a 5-star recruit. The Duke is like just YouTube the guy.
Okay.
Duke can jump out of the fucking building for 6'6", 270.
Zion
Like
Williamson.
Zion Williamson, and he plays small forward.
Well, yeah, 270. I mean, he's only 6'6", but he's 270. So yeah, you kind of got to play small forward.
But that's the thing. Like he could be a Charles Barkley.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Play and play the power forward. Like,
Yeah,
but
you play power
he's
forward.
mostly muscle.
Yeah, I gotta say he's 6'6", 270. Coming out of
Yeah,
high school, that's ridiculous.
coming out of high school.
That's insane. And it's all muscles, not even like no fat.
I don't see any belly on the kid, but
I'm
and
gonna
plus
check him out.
the way he moves around the court, he moves like LeBron.
Okay.
Like he's not
That's
all cut up like LeBron is. LeBron
right.
6'8", 250, all muscle, and you
Right.
can see the muscle.
Right.
Like this kid, he's a big kid. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? Like
270.
he's physically big.
And and there's rumors that Paul George just might stay in OKC. Which I was surprised. Like I'm thinking, I was expecting him to just be gone as soon as he got a chance. But they said Westbrook's been working out with him, trying to keep him there, or whatever. So, if I'm him, I just leave that situation. but I mean, you want to go to the Lakers. You can go anywhere you want. You sure you want to stay there? You're not gonna be a true contender there. I think.
To be honest with you, why do I keep hearing about everyone wants to go to the Lakers? But
I
where
know
are they getting that shit from?
everybody wants to go there. I mean, I get it. Everybody,
But nobody goes there. That's the thing.
well, we'll see. I think before when what's in there when the other GM was there, the bus, whichever one the son is, before when he was there, it was definitely dysfunctional. They were making bad decisions, but now, I mean, this is only Magic's second year as the president. And
Yeah.
so like now, all the buzz is coming back to LA. If rightfully so. I mean, first of all, who doesn't want to live in LA? I know I want to live there.
Oh, those taxes.
And I mean, It's LA. I mean, they have history, so I can see why everyone wants to play. Like, plus I think Kawhi Leonard from that area. That's why he wants to play. There. I know Paul George.
He's from Southern Cal. So
Also Paul George.
I understand. Both him and Paul George are from Southern California.
Right. So yeah, so I see why they both want to play there. I mean, to be honest, I see why anybody want to play there. Nice weather all year round.
But that's like 90% of the teams in the NBA though.
Yeah, but it's
you
LA.
can say something about Miami and Charlotte, Houston, and New Orleans.
I mean, it's LA. LA, New York are like places that are not like everywhere else. So I can see why anybody would want.
Nobody wants to play for us.
Huh? Well, we don't have to. I mean, but see, the thing is, everybody wants to go west now. Like everybody wants to play out in the like. All the best players are going west now. So, like, New York isn't because New York's a better organization. If New York was a better organization, everybody would want to play there. When Pat Riley was there, when Jeff Van Gundy was there was always buzz about players wanting to play there. Like, better players. Like, now we got some players that want to play there, but it's not the players that we necessarily want. So, but, I mean, it's New York, LA. I can see why anybody would always say, I want to play there. So, like, they're just, those two cities are just like no other place. So, and the Lakers look like they're turning it around. They got some good young talent. Magic is there. Luke Walton seems like to be a solid, decent coach. So, there's just a good reason to want to go there. But that being said, I am getting tired of everybody saying it. Like there's other teams in the league. Come on now.
It's plenty of other teams in the league. So it's kind of like, this guy's gonna go to the Lakers. This guy LeBron's gonna go to the Lakers. Paul George's gonna go to the Lakers. Kawhi Leonard's gonna go to the Lakers. Chris Paul's gonna go to the Lakers next. Watch James Harden. He's from LA too. And Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony.
They're gonna have a whole all-star team in LA.
It's every team. Every
yeah, it would be nice if. I mean, another part of the problem is all NBA players make really good money nowadays. It's not just typical everybody's a millionaire, but even role players are like getting huge contracts now. So it's just like everybody just wants to go and that's to say football is different. Whereas you gotta play for the money in football. You gotta get it while you can. And so good players will sign for bad teams, no problem. Won't even think twice about it if they're willing to pay them. And not only that, football has a lot of parity, so you can turn your franchise around. Like in football, it's like even the Jets have been to the playoffs within the past 10 years. You know what I mean? Like everybody turns their franchise around at some point where they're at least a playoff team. Like even Buffalo finally broke their streak. Cleveland, Buffalo are probably about the worst two teams. But like everybody else has been to the playoffs, you know what I mean? Like so you can do it. You know what I mean? In football, basketball, it's like you get that star player, you're gonna be good for a long time. You know what I mean? So like and there's there's a lot of bad teams in basketball now that are at the bottom, and it's gonna stay at the bottom for a while. So they're tanking and stuff like that. Football, a lot more parity. So
with football, it's about the quarterback and. It's not really about a fair weather team because there's not a lot of fair weather teams in NFL. Right. There's a lot of teams that play in shitty towns, right. Like Green Bay. Like who wants to play in Green Bay in January or February? You know what I'm saying? But they don't care. Right. Green Bay is a great organization. Like Dallas is a fair weather team. You know what I'm saying? Miami, one of the best weather teams and nobody plays it. Nobody ever signs with Miami.
Suck.
Yeah. Everyone plays for New England because they want to win championships. They don't give a shit about, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a shit about the weather. They want to win rings.
Right. They want to win and they want to get paid. So that's what it comes down to. I mean, because even Miami will get some high-paid free agents, but that doesn't mean they're going to win. Like, they'll get a couple of guys to sign with them as long as they want to pay them, but that's not going to amount to anything. They're just going to, they're just going to still lose, But the fact of the matter is, all it takes is for them to draft the right quarterback. Or even if you got a solid quarterback, if you make a couple of good moves, have one good offseason, you could be relevant again. Like football somehow works that way. You get the right coach. I mean, it still takes a lot of things for you to get it right, but it still happens. Like look at your division alone. That division, somebody different is good every year. Like every year, like Philly won it one year, which is last year. Giants won it a couple times.
Don't remind me.
Dallas went from worst to
Philly fans
first.
just keep going.
Redskins went from worst to first. Like everybody in that division had went from worst to first within the past like 7-8 years, at least once. So, like just
yeah, in 78 years, like the only team that hasn't won the division in the last 7 or 8 years is the Giants.
but they've won 2 Super Bowls. But they won a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So
they won a Super Bowl.
That makes up for it. So that makes up for it. So you know what I mean. But so it's one of those things like in football. It's like go for the money, get what you can when you can get it. Basketball is like everybody's gonna get paid as long as you're half decent. So like they're a lot more bougie in basketball. Let's move on to football because we got some football topics here.
There's a football topic I thought you were going to try to avoid, especially when we talk about your San Francisco 49ers.
You talking about Jimmy G?
You talking about Jimmy G?
I heard he had a bad day. I didn't know he was having like a whole bad camp.
Oh wow, it's thundering outside.
Yeah, it's coming down. It's coming down.
Like I heard that he had one of the shittiest camps. It was just like you always hear these rumors about somebody throwing 5 interceptions in camp, or it's every year you hear this shit. It doesn't really mean much. It's just fun,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just I'm not concerned by any means.
Who the Jets' new quarterback? What's his face? The guy they just drafted from SC.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. He said he threw an interception on his first pass in training camp. And so I thought that was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So but it doesn't really mean anything.
Nah, it doesn't. Now when they place you on the depth chart, kind of means something. Because you can make mistakes and stuff like that. But sometimes they'll see that why you made the mistake or how you made the mistake, and they'll brush it off. Whereas if they put you somewhere in the depth chart, that can say a lot. Like Baker Mayfield. I'm not even gonna take a lot into this because everybody knew Tyrod Taylor is a solid starter. He's not a great franchise player, but he's a solid starter, and Baker Mayfield's a rookie. So Tyrod Taylor was most likely gonna start there anyway. But I'm hearing that Baker Mayfield's not doing that great. So he's not terrible. I hear Josh Allen though, on the other hand, for the Bills, is third string behind AJ McCarron, a career backup, and Nathan Peterman, the guy who threw 5 picks in one game last year for Buffalo. So it's like, I think that's more telling than anything the Josh Allen thing, because I thought he would at least be the backup. Like these other 2 guys are backups. You know what I mean? I thought he would at least be outplay one of them. But I actually heard
he's backup to the backups.
Yeah.
He gets computers puking.
I actually read that Nathan Peterman is actually playing good football right now, so he's moving up on the chart for that reason. So I'm like, all right, maybe he just had a bad game, because they said he played well the week before that. He didn't start, but he came in at the end of the game, played well. That's why they put him in, which I still thought was a bad idea. But then he came in and played terrible his first game, so it's whatever.
That was the dumbest thing. Think about this. Okay, think about this. Tyrod Taylor is playing like he's not playing lights out, but he's playing solid.
Right, they're in a playoff race.
They're winning. You know what I'm saying? They're winning. They take him out for no reason whatsoever to put this guy in, and he throws 5 picks automatically. Why? Like, I would understand if Tyrod Taylor was hurt. I understand if he was playing shitty. I understand if you were down. But you know what I'm saying? If you had a losing streak, but you were winning, and then you put this guy in the game for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense, and they probably deserve to not make they should have not made the playoffs for that. that one game should have cost them the playoffs, but they still ended up getting in. But that just shows you, and that just gives more respect to Tyrod Taylor that he was able to come back. They started him again, and they were still able to make it. But and again, I'm not trying to boost him up to be this great quarterback or nothing like that. He's a nice starter. He's a decent starting quarterback.
He's a starter. I'll put it this way: he's a starter in this league.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a starter in this league. He's not a superstar. He's probably never going to make a Pro Bowl. I'm not going to even say that he's going to be a starter in the next 5-6 seasons. Maybe he won't. Maybe he will. But right now he's a starter.
Right.
Also, before I forget, there was a story coming out of Baltimore with they
Lamar
got
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson's throwing the football around, and Joe Flacco's just looking pissed off in that picture, like this guy's gonna take my spot. Like he's not gonna take your spot. You gave it to him with your
Which is
shitty
terrible
play, and your terrible contract.
Yeah. And they're using Lamar Jackson in different play. Like they're using him as a slash player right now in practice, and so, and they were debating like is that a good idea because it's not because he's not going to be the starter right now. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. First of all, it's not a bad idea because at least he gets to be a part of the offense. You know what I mean? Like he can learn the offense. He's not going to get as many reps as just being the backup. He's gonna get reps in this offense now because of that. So it's like, all right, and not only that, we all know Joe Flacco's on his way out the door. So you might as well start incorporating him somehow anyway. And I don't know what they're trying to do because they were talking about putting him and Flacco in at the same time, and at some point putting Flacco out at receiver just to have him behind center. I'm like, no, if you're gonna put him at center, behind center, take Flacco out of the game for that play, even if it's for a play or two, just take him out. And do whatever you're going to do. Do whatever kind of trick plays or options you're going to do. But there's no reason to have Flacco out there if you're going to have him in there as the quarterback.
Someone told me something very disturbing about Joe Flacco at work the other day. They said Joe Flacco's not going to play for that team much longer. I can see him playing for the Giants next season. I was like, no, don't say
Giants?
that. Ever say that. I was like, I'd rather have Eli just playing at 38 than have Joe Flacco.
Eli's way better than Joe Flacco.
Even if the other two backups that we have right now on the team, Davis Webb and Sean Landetta, or whatever his fucking
Sean
name.
Landetta, that's the punter that y'all used to have in the 80s.
Yeah. His name was Lil Letta or Landetta or something like that. So Sean Landetta, right? He's like the rookie that we just drafted from some one of those West Bubblefuck University. Everyone's saying, "Oh, he's going to be our new starter. David Webb's going to be our new starter." I'm like, you don't know what these guys are going to do. And if they fuck up, or if Eli gets hurt, which he's never been hurt, but like he's only human, he's going to get hurt at some point. Or they decide to move on. You know what I'm saying? Like bringing in Joe Flacco is just like saying, "Okay, we give up on the season." So we're going to go to the next season. You have to do anything possible to bring in the next guy who's gonna be the guy who's gonna lead the team. You know what I mean? Like that.
And Joe Flacco, there's no reason. Like there's no reason for the Giants to have Joe Flacco. You're either gonna have Eli or you're gonna try the next young quarterback, whoever you're trying to get to replace Eli. There's no in between that really. Like there's no reason for Joe to bring in a Joe Flacco.
Yeah, even if you get rid of Eli, why would you bring in Joe Flacco? I don't understand. As a backup,
right? Like you're right. You don't get rid of Eli to bring in Joe Flacco. You just don't do that. You ride with Eli, or you get the next young talent that you're gonna try out. What about you hear about Julio Jones? Like he hasn't shown up to camp. He wants a new contract. They were saying like right after the season. No, I guess right after the season, but a couple months ago, he took that all Atlanta Falcons stuff off of his social media. I was like, oh shit! Like I didn't even know he was upset with them.
Yeah, like did you see? He took pictures with Cam Newton, and Carolina Panthers. They put it on Twitter and they at Atlanta Falcons. It was like, look, they're talking about Atlanta. Look who's here with us.
Wow, and he's been working out with T.O. and they don't like that either. And they don't like that either. And they think T.O.'s getting into his head with him. I'm like, and he wants to be the highest paid receiver in the NFL. That's what they said he wants. So
okay, pay him.
Yeah, I'm not against that at all. Yeah, he might be the best. Him and Antonio Brown are like the best wide receivers in the game. And like I think Antonio Brown, like some people say Julio Jones, some people say Antonio Brown. I think Antonio Brown. I'll take Julio Jones because he's not a distraction at all. So I would take him. They're just as good as but I'll give Julio Jones the edge because he's
I'll
not
take
gonna do.
Antonio Brown because Antonio Brown's a fucking playmaker and a half. That guy,
They're both
like
one and
they
one A.
both are, but it's just like Antonio Brown just does it so seamlessly, like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Robertsburg will throw up the ball, and I know Antonio Brown just has the ball.
And he's not even taller than these guys. Like he just comes down with it. He doesn't he's not even like out. He don't even out jump them. Like the ball be like falling right in his chest. He just gets the position. He's just good at position because I'm watching the play. He's usually playing guys that's either as tall as him or maybe taller sometimes. He's not that big. He just gets the ball. Like it's like how Steve Smith.
He's not that big. He's not that fast. He's not that strong.
Right. Steve Smith was strong. That's why Steve Smith used to come down with stuff. But this guy, he doesn't seem like. I don't know what he's doing better than everybody else, but he's just doing it.
he's got great hands.
And it's got to be definitely. And it's just got to be positioning, I guess. Just being in the right place.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like Julio Jones, he's got awesome hands. He's tall.
He's big.
And he can get that ball, and he's big. He hit that ball in the end zone. He can wrestle other guys for the ball when he's in the red zone. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't even talked about my wide receiver. My wide receiver is really quick.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I think he's the most flashy, most spectacular. He makes the best plays, like the most eye-popping plays out of all three of them. To be honest, I think when he does it looks better. But I put him, I kind of put him a notch under just because of all the extra shit that you got to put up with him. But he's just as good as they are too. But like, if I had to choose who I would take on my team, it would be hard. He would be the third.
Julio Jones. I'll take Julio Jones and I'll take Odell. Fuck. I just said that what you call is better.
That's how hard it is, though. Like it's now. Who's the most healthiest out of the three? I would say Antonio Brown has probably played more likely to get a 16-game season out of him than. But
well, what you go? Odell just coming off an ACL tear, but I heard he's playing really a lot better. You know, but he started off his career hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like he had an injury when he was in training camp, so he didn't play for the first couple seasons. First couple of games, and this is back when me and him were friends on Facebook. I was actually friends with Odell Beckham on Facebook. All right, like I wasn't in his fan club. I was actually his Facebook friend. Back before he did all his other bullshit.
Before it became a fan page.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Before it became a fan page. It was his personal page. There was one point where he went to church or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, I'm dancing for the Lord." And I put out a comment like, oh, "When are you going to dance in the end zone?"
And then he deleted you.
After he caught that touchdown pass against Dallas with one hand. He made a fan page.
Yeah. Well, when you get a certain amount of friends, it's automatically turned into that. Like, once you get a certain cause I've known people that are regular people that you can't become their friend because like it's usually like a pretty chick. It was like a real pretty chick that everybody wants to be friends with. She has so many friends and followers that she couldn't accept friends anymore.
They have a limit. They get 5,000 friends or followers before they make it. But then you can just like get rid of people and just make it a fan page and make your other page private. You know what I'm saying? I'm still friends with Zach Randolph, like for real.
Okay.
Like I'm friends with Zach Randolph, Wilson Chandler, Al Harrington. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still friends with these guys.
When does the Big Three start? That's gotta be starting soon, right? Maybe.
It should be starting.
Maybe July
soon.
then. Maybe July. Yeah, because I think it's only like 2 months, July and August. I think. I gotta look that up.
Who's suing the Big Three? There was someone who was suing the Big Three. One of the former player.
I forget. I heard something. I heard about that, but yeah, I forget who it was.
So yeah, somebody was trying to sue. Ice Cube was suing.
Yeah, they definitely had some issues. There was definitely some kind of legal issues they had.
Roger Mason, one of a former Knicks.
What was he trying to sue him for?
He's a I don't know, but he what you go? He was suing Ice Cube and the Big Three, and I don't know why. He's a former commissioner of the Big Three,
Oh, really?
and he is accusing the co-founder of the Big Three of making racist comments about black players.
Wow. Oh yeah, yeah. I did. I remember some of the story now. Yeah. Okay. Oh, speaking of that, did you hear about the story? I don't remember the name of the two people, but there's a female anchor for ESPN is suing ESPN and this guy um, for sexual harassment.
That happened. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was one of the ESPN anchors. It was one of my favorite guys.
And her name was Adrian. Her name was Adrian something. His name was Muscle Hoff or something, like something to that effect.
Yeah. Like it was a black lady. It had nothing to do with. It has nothing to do. It's a race has nothing to do with it. But I'm just identifying her.
Right.
It was a black lady. It was a guy who was on. It was on ESPN,
Right.
and she was suing. Back when this Me Too thing was popping, she decided to get in on the action and take all the text messages that he sent her and go public with it. Even
Actually,
though
I heard ESPN went public with them to show how much bullshit it was that she was doing.
Yeah,
I read it all yesterday. I was like, she was tripping.
I read all of the text messages.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like there was nothing he said that was wrong.
And right,
you
and
know,
she
like,
and right, he said some very light, gave us some very light compliments.
But he was her friend and she was his friend. They were personal friends.
He called her dog face. Like, that was like the worst thing he said.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you're personal friends with somebody outside of work, when she's inviting you over for drinks, or you're going out, and you know what I'm saying, like
you invited her over for pasta and all of that, and she was with
it. Yeah, it was really innocuous friendship type of stuff, and she turned it around. She turned it around to some sexual harassment, and it's just like he didn't do anything wrong to her. Then it's just like, all right, it makes me happy that I'm married because it's just like, okay,
right.
What if I liked you? What if I liked you and I wanted to date you?
Right.
Like, what can I say? Like, you're gonna call me if you don't like me back? That's sexual harassment?
Yeah, that's insane, man. I couldn't believe because when I first read it, I was like, damn, what's this about? Like, it was just a story I saw on Facebook yesterday.
John Puchacross.
Yeah, I vaguely heard the story a while ago, but I didn't pay no attention to it. But it came up on my feed, so I read it, and then they said ESPN released all of the emails publicly. I mean the text messages publicly, so because they were taking his side. I was like, wow. I was like, so I gotta read this to see, if ESPN's backing him or whatever. And I was like, yo, she has no case. like I can't believe she was doing that. Like now, granted, I don't know what I don't know if there's more to it or not. But based on what I read, he was totally, completely innocent, and I couldn't believe that it went that way. But again, I try to be careful. I mean, I ain't got nothing to lose. I don't work for no TV company, so it's not like I gotta be that careful. But I try to be careful, just morally, to not be too hard against one side or the other, because I definitely don't know the whole story, but based on what I saw, it looked like it was bullshit to me.
yeah. Based on what I saw, it seemed like it was some. Seemed like she was trying to. If you see me wave, that's because there's a fly in my house, and it just keeps on flying right past my head, and I cannot fucking wait until this podcast is over. So I'm gonna kill the shit out of it.
Don't worry, it's almost over because I haven't eaten yet, and I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kill the shit out of that motherfucking fly. Right?
All right, so I guess we can wrap it up. I'm gonna give you the trivia question of the week.
69.
And I got one for you. Name
I have a trivia question. Who the fuck jersey is that? Who's 21 for the Knicks? Fucking Charlie Ward?
Oh no. Who had it after him? Him?
Wilson Chandler?
No. Iman Shumpert.
21? Really? I forgot.
Yep. Iman Shumpert, my dude. And actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, no, I'm saying, is this 21 or 12? I can't tell from what I'm saying. But anyway, Name the only two teams that hasn't made it to the Western Conference Finals since the year 2000.
Probably the Pelicans
Okay, that's one.
and the Clippers.
There you go. That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do is just kind of go through the teams. You realize, like, all the rest of these.
I'll just go to Chris Paul teams.
Pretty much.
That's all. Just go Chris Paul.
Just where's Chris Paul been? That's a good way to. That was easy. All right.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. I know it's a little late this week, but we might be doing it on Mondays from here on out for at least from here until the football season's over. Because
the football season might be on Tuesdays.
But it just makes more sense to not do it on Friday during the football season. So, as of I don't know, like because the next show, if we do the next show as we normally do, we'll be doing it in about 3 days, about like 4 days from now. So we'll see how it works. Maybe we'll do it next Monday. Maybe we'll do it Friday. We'll see how we feel. But either way, thank you for watching and or listening, however you're consuming it. Anything else you want to add?
All right, I have a trivia question for you. Who scored 4 touchdowns in one game for Polk High?
That would be Al Bundy.
That's right. All right, see y'all later.
All right, Joe.